What is good, everybody, and welcome back to Chico's Choices. And this week, we're going to be talking a little bit about last week, where most of our choices went sideways, to be honest with you. I mean, just starting off the top four, not great. Was not great for us. I think I picked the Browns. I think I definitely picked the Browns because they got rid of Joshua Dobbs in terms of the Cardinals. The Rams. I'm pretty sure I picked the Texans, Titans, Dolphins, Vikings. If I'm not mistaken, I chose that one. Seahawks, Browns, Rams, Texans, Commanders, Bears, Colts, Raiders, Eagles, Bills, and Chargers. It wasn't a great week in terms of our predictions. It was tough. It was a tough week, but we're trying to bounce back this week. Starting off with Thursday Night Football, the Panthers at the Bears. A possible game that Justin Fields comes back. It's still undetermined. He is questionable. I could see him definitely coming back in some shape or form. If he does, I have the Bears winning. I think I have the Bears winning regardless, because they've been losing some games that they should be winning. Yeah, even though they have the backup, but the backup has been solid. I have the Bears winning that one. I have the Bears winning Thursday Night Football. Not really much to talk about, except if Justin Fields comes back, that's basically a lock for me. That is basically a lock for me. I would say the game would come down to either a touchdown if Justin Fields isn't in, or it's going to be a blowout if Justin Fields comes back and just starts heaving it to DJ Moore. Colts at Patriots. This is a tough one just because the Patriots have been playing well in some games and in other games they don't. I think my confidence lies more on the Patriots, but I wouldn't be surprised if I'm wrong with that one and I take it out with that one, because the Colts can turn it on at any moment, especially their defense. Browns at Ravens. I'm going to have the Ravens. The Ravens have looked tremendous. They look like the dark horse. Again, the dark horse of the AFC in terms of a team that you don't want to face. It really is showing right now. They're 7-2. They just beat the Seahawks, who I predicted were going to win. But I stood corrected. Lamar Jackson looks great. That running back room looks great. The wide receiver room is great. Defense, everybody's hitting on all cylinders. Everybody is usually staying in. The only injury was J.K. Dobbins, but hopefully they can stay healthy. Texans at Bengals. I am going to have the Bengals winning that one. The Bengals have been on the winning streak since going 1-3, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it's going to keep going, even though I think C.J. Stroud is going to have a hell of a game again. I still think that the Bengals are going to come out on top, with Joe Burrow just simply showing his experience in the league and his wide receiver room, because C.J. Stroud is making his look insane at the moment. 49ers at Jaguars. I'm not sure what the injury report is on the 49ers. I might have the 49ers winning regardless, just because the Jaguars have looked fine. That 6-2 record is a little inflated, though, because they've had a lot of games that they got saved by the refs and by just circumstance. But I think I'm going to have the 49ers beating them in Jacksonville. I trust Christian McCaffrey, and I trust that defense to be able to do what they need to do. And I think they're coming off a bye as well, so they're rejuvenated at this point. Saints at Vikings. It's a battle of teams that are so unpredictable here. The Saints last game I thought were going to lock down on defense, and they did not. But Josh Dobbs looks good with the Vikings, and now he actually has a week to learn the plays instead of having Kevin O'Connell say everything in his ear. I think I'm going to have the Vikings winning that one. I think it's going to be close, but I think the Vikings are going to come out on top. Packers at Steelers. The fact that I'm even thinking about it twice is crazy to me. But the Steelers seem to have figured something out. And with TJ Watt basically having another Defensive Player of the Year, I think Myles Garrett's probably going to win it, though. I'm going to have the Steelers beating them, but I think the Packers are going to make it competitive. Titans at Buccaneers. Both 3-5 teams. I think the Titans are going to beat the Bucs. Will Levis looks like a promising starting QB. He took the spot of Ryan Tannehill now. And the Bucs just keep going down in terms of their potential and things like that. I'm going to have the Titans beating them in Tampa Bay. Falcons at Cardinals. Falcons are going to come out. I hope Arthur Smith realizes that he needs to use Bijan more, because, man, they've lost all the games that they haven't utilized him correctly, and it's showing. It's definitely showing. They went from being a top team to now being a middle-of-the-pack 4-5 team. So I'm going to have the Falcons beating them. Hopefully if Bijan gets involved. If he doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals somehow come out with the win. Also because Kyler might be coming back this week. There's a lot of injuries that could play a part in these games coming up, but I'm going to have the Falcons on that one. Lions at Chargers. Fortunately, the Chargers just got back to 500, but unfortunately, I think they're going to go back under, because the Lions, I don't know. They look unstoppable right now. They bounced back 6-2. I think they're going to still be a top team in the NFC. And the Chargers just don't seem like they're there right now. As great as they look, but they've looked great against bad teams lately. So I'm going to have the Lions winning that one for sure. Giants at Cowboys, an NFC East matchup. I'm going to have the Cowboys winning. Giants just lost Daniel Jones for the rest of the season officially because of a torn ACL, I think it was. Cowboys look good. Dak has looked solid even against the Eagles. He did not look like he was choking or throwing interceptions and things like that. The last drive was a bit questionable, but we can say the same about the Dolphins last week. Commanders at Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are going to have a bounce-back game with this one. They just got blown out and basically spanked by the Ravens. But I think they're going to come back and show the Commanders that they're still the team. They're still a good team. They're still a solid team, and they can figure things out. And I have the Seahawks winning in Seattle. Jets at Raiders. The new coaching staff for the Raiders look good. The Jets did not look good this past Monday. I might go Raiders. Putting them at 500 and putting the Jets below 500. But I think if the Antonio Pierce keeps coaching the way that he has, I think they're going to be turning it around. And with Devontae Adams, it's possible. It is possible. Broncos at Bills for Monday Night Football, though. I'm going to have the Bills, but they haven't looked good. 5-4 as the Bills. They haven't lost 3 games, or they haven't lost more than 3 games in the past, 3 or 4 seasons. And they've already lost 4 at week 9. So what's to say that they don't lose more by the end of the season? They haven't looked like the team that they've been, but also because a lot of injuries has affected them. Matt Milano's probably not coming back until week 14. Tre'Davious White's out for the season. And the offense, it just seems like the play calls are not doing well. They're not doing well, but I still have the Bills beating the Broncos. I mean, the Broncos are still who they are. They've been winning some games, but I think somehow the Bills are going to come out on top. Probably barely, to be honest with you. But to go over it again, Bears, Patriots, Ravens, Bengals, 49ers, Vikings, Steelers, Titans, Falcons, Lions, Cowboys, Seahawks, Raiders, and Bills. I hope it's a lot better than last week. Last week we did not perform well. We did not perform well in terms of our picks. It just didn't look great whatsoever. I mean, our Monday Night Football was correct. Sunday night, not as much. But we'll just have to see how the week plays out. We got some teams on bye this week. The Chiefs, Rams, Dolphins, and Eagles. 3 very good teams. The Rams, we're not sure what they are right now. But hopefully you did enjoy that. Let me know your opinions down below and who you think is going to win or not win, or who you disagree with me for. And I will talk to y'all down there. But if you did enjoy, please go down there and like so more people can see it, so we can have more of a conversation. And while you're down there, subscribe so you don't miss out on the rest of the season of Chico's Choices and possibly the playoffs as well. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.